Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Anthony Janey with Our Children Matter YouTube channel. I am back. So on this YouTube channel, just to give a big, huge update. I kind of shifted our YouTube channel, Our Children Matter Corporation YouTube channel a little bit because of so now on the channel, I'm going to be vlogging all of our events that I do for my nonprofit organization. And I'll also be talking about my mental health videos as well. So I wanted to give an update with all of my YouTube subscribers. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, click that button below, hit the bell so you can get all of our notifications of when we go live or when I start streaming on our YouTube channel. But it is good to be back. I am so glad to be back with all of my YouTube followers and family. It's been a minute since I've actually done a video. I've done a lot of vlogging for my nonprofit organization, but I have not made a video in quite some time. But now I am back. So let's go ahead and get started. First, I just want to say shout out to all of my supporters, all of my subscribers here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of those good things. You guys have been such an inspiration to keep me going throughout the course of we actually been on the YouTube channel for about maybe 3 or 4 years now. I am not monetized yet, but hopefully in the future I will be monetized, and hopefully my subscribers will get me there. Hopefully I will get to 1,000 subscribers soon. I'm almost at 5,000 views on my channel, but God is so good. I'm patient, I'm waiting, I don't care how long it takes, but I will be monetized on here sooner or later for my business, for my nonprofit organization. So without further ado, let's get started. So the topic that we're going to talk about today is not being yourself. Not being yourself. I think we can all relate to not being ourselves at one time or one point in another lifetime. Right now, in this situation, in this current situation in your life, what does that mean for us when we say, when we're not being ourselves, when we're not being our true, honest selves? What does that say? So it says not being yourself. So if you see me look down, I'm looking at my computer because I did take notes. So y'all already know this on this channel. Not being yourself can mean that you are not feeling well. It also can mean that you are covering up your true self with conditioned, fear-based thinking. Oh my gosh, let me say that again. It could also mean that you are covering up your true self with conditioned, fear-based thinking. If you have that fearless mind, if you're in that fear mindset, or if you're in that a fear situation where you're just trembling in fear and you don't know what to do, you don't know where to turn to, you don't know who to talk to, that's one of the things of not being yourself, is when you recollect your mind to go back to that specific stringent point in your life, and you say, listen, I know I'm dealing with this and I know I'm struggling with this, but that fear-based thinking. So I want to talk to you today about some signs too as well that we automatically see as well. Some signs say that you are not being yourself around others include a desire to be alone most of the time. If you desire to be alone most of the time, and that's not your character, that's not how you are, you're always outgoing, you always hanging out with your friends, going to the movies, going out partying, going out drinking, maybe smoking, whatever the case may be, signs of not being yourself, that could be one of them. Being alone most of the time, not wanting to talk to nobody, putting your phone on do not disturb, not answering any phone calls, text messages, nothing. I mean, zilch. So that's one of the things. The other thing it says, a hatred for people in general. Like you hate people, period. And that's just not how your personality is. So you hating people, period, can also affect you as well. So hold on, y'all, let me adjust the lighting real quick because I think it was just a little too bright on here. Let me me darken it up some. Let me brighten it up just a little bit. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold on. I had to brighten it, turn down the brightener for a little bit. So a hatred for people in general. So when it says something like that, and you know you're not that, that's something that you really, really, really need to prioritize or probably talk to somebody about. Because if you hate people in general and you got a whole bunch of friends, that's one thing that you're just going to have to acknowledge at the time. Anxiety induced by social situations. Okay, you have a whole bunch of anxiety. You know that you're not socializing with people in certain situations or certain aspects of your life. You just stop talking to people. Socializing is one of those things when you're not being yourself, and they know, and you're a character and you're a person who talks all day, or talk to your best friend for 3 or 2 hours on the phone while you're doing chores or whatever, or you in the house doing homework. If you know you talk to people on a regular day-to-day basis, that's one of the things. And anxiety can creep up on you when those are one of the signs that you're not being yourself, is when you are just not in the social aspect of talking to people, or in big crowds. So the next one says a need to be performative about basic things. If you need to be performative about basic things, like you really, really need to get this basic thing done, which you already know that you're already able to do and capable of doing, and you know you have the strength to do it, but you just need to perform a little bit better, and you know your friends know that you can perform it a little bit better, but you don't put the best foot forward, or the best foot forward, or the effort into it, and they know that you can able to do it. They can your friends automatically see that's a red flag right there, that you're not being yourself, especially sticking to your regular routine of what you know you can do. So that's one of the things. Here are some emotional symptoms of not being yourself. So high levels of stress, mood swings, long periods of unhappiness or even depression, feeling like you are trapped. If you feel like you are trapped and can't get out, or you're claustrophobic and you're in this tight little box or space, and you space yourself out from people, you distance yourself, you don't want to talk to nobody, you ain't trying to hate on nobody, you ain't trying to talk to nobody, put your phone on do not disturb. That is one of the symptoms, emotional symptoms of not being yourself. So feeling like you're trapped, not being yourself, not being who you know in your true self, who you're supposed to be. So that's one thing that you're dealing with as well. So it says, if being yourself isn't working, it could be a sign that you have let self-doubt and criticism run the show for too long. It could also be a sign of insecurity. For example, you might feel as though if you were to be the person you actually are, you'll lose friends. That is so true. That is definitely so true. So let me read that part again. It says, it could be a sign that you have let self-doubt and criticism run the show for too long. It could also be a sign of insecurity. For example, you might feel as though if you were to be the person you actually are, you'll lose friends. Sometimes you basically feel that way. It's okay. It's okay to feel that way. Sometimes it's okay to feel alone. But don't stay like that forever. You don't stay alone forever. There's always going to be people in and out of your life. Situations are going to come and go out of your life. That's why God made us the way we are, to be able to handle it and maneuver the way that we're supposed to maneuver in those type of different situations, in those dark times, in those dark seasons of your life, where you say to yourself, listen, I know I'm unhappy, I know I'm alone, I know I feel trapped, but there are ways to come out of that, and there are ways to prevent those things from happening. So I also wrote a little quote. So, only you can determine your true self. While there is a benefit in listening to others, only you can decide how to be yourself. That is so true. You can get all the advice in the world from friends, families, co-workers, companionships, relationships, mother, father, son, uncle, brother, auntie, cousin, niece, nephew, whatever the case may be. You could have a whole bunch of people talking to you, but only you can make the decision to how you want to be yourself. It's yourself, your self-worth, your self-consciousness. It's your life, your decision, your mind, your heart. Do you get what I'm saying? So all of that plays into play when you're communing with yourself. Communicate with yourself. You know how you are. You know how you act. You know how this ain't your first rodeo, so you know how to react to certain things. You know how you deal with certain situations. You know how you'll handle certain situations. If you're not handling your certain situations like you ought to be handling them, there's definitely something going on right there. Then maybe some mental health, some depression, some mind changes, some mood swings. You may not want to care that day. You may not want to care ever. So it's a process. It is definitely a process that most people take on when dealing with not being yourself, hindering others to being able to be around you. Like I said from the beginning, being alone, not being yourself, being narcissistic, being afraid to be who you are. Be your true self. Open yourself up to new discoveries and new possibilities in your life, and it will amaze you. It will definitely like amaze what you do, how you do it, how to react to it. Not everybody gonna love you, not everybody gonna speak about you, not everybody gonna love you, no doubt. But that decision and that making of how you prove to be is how you ought to be. I mean, it's just natural. You have to do that for yourself. You have to do that for yourself. Only you know how to handle only you know how to handle you. Nobody else can tell you how to handle yourself. You do that well alone by yourself. So that's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed this discussion. Please make sure you comment below if you have any comments, or if y'all have any mental health topics that y'all want to hear me talk about. Please let me know in the comment section below, in the chat below, in the comments below. Please just put them. Please be respectful. This is a respectful YouTube channel and page. I carry myself as such, so please show me the respect back if you are giving your advice or any topics that you would like for me to share. So that's all I have for you today. I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to see my YouTube subscribers. I'm back in action with the YouTube thing. I'm going to be uploading 4 more videos tonight so that you'll be able to see the different topics that I talked about this past week with some colleagues of mine and some friends, and they actually told me some topics that we're going to be discussing this week as well. So join me back here. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button to all of my followers, all of my listeners on all my social media pages. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button or that follow button. Heart it up, like it up, whatever you got to do on social media. Y'all know the social media groove thing. It ain't nothing but to do it, baby. My man, my name is Ant, and I'm out. Peace.